My entire life, I always fell behind. Up until this year. Well, hello there. I didn't see you there. It's not actually true. I'm just talking to the camera. Hello. My last video resonated with people on an unprecedented level. And I thought to myself, hey, maybe I should make another video that kind of flashes out one of his points. But how about this time I don't take 3 months to edit the video? So I hope you don't mind the easier editing and you take this as a silly little intro. For as long as I can remember back, I always felt like I'm behind. 2011, when I started consuming YouTube, looking at all these people doing cool videos, I already felt behind. I should have started earlier. I should have started in 2008, 2007. But something clicked. I don't know if it's wisdom or just circumstances or just really taking a look deep within myself. But it worked. And I want to share with you the 3 key things. It's actually going to be 4. You know, 3 sounds cooler, but it was actually 4. But in one thing I didn't really feel behind. It's just... Anyway, number 1, you are not too old. I don't care if you're 25, 30, 35, or even older. You are not too old to start what you really want to do in life. I don't know why, but in social media, there is this stigma that once you cross the threshold that is 30, you are just ancient. Nothing could be further from the truth. At the age of 37, I literally feel like my life has just started. And it feels great. The reason you think you are ancient once you hit 25 or 30 or 35 is because you see all these other people, these young people, these 20-something-year-olds who are crushing it on YouTube. And you say to yourself, well, they are 10 years younger, 15 years younger, 20 years younger than I am. Compared to them, how am I ever going to make it? Same exact thing as I was asking up until quite recently. But here is what I have realized about all of this. You are not behind. You just haven't left the tutorial zone yet. For me, it quite literally took 15 years to figure out what I wanted to do. 15 years to now finally be at a point where I can say, I can pretty much do this for the rest of my life. I know exactly what I want to do. I know exactly how I want to do it. And I know exactly why I want to do it that way. That doesn't happen overnight. Why do you think so many YouTubers quit YouTube after 10 years and millions of subscribers? They started something when they were young without actually realizing if that thing is the thing. They started something they thought was cool, something that was going to get clicks, and now they are too deep in the trenches. They have formulated an audience around that thing that they were never actually passionate about. I am the other side of that coin. I kept restarting my YouTube channels. I kept restarting what I wanted to do on YouTube. I kept restarting everything. And you know what? That was exactly what I needed to do. That was perfectly fine because now, like I said, I'm at a point where I know exactly what I want to do and how I want to do it and why I want to do it. To me, knowing my personal what and then from that, the how and the why is more important than having a YouTube channel with maybe more than 1 million followers that is about a topic I'm just not passionate about. You're not behind just because your tutorial zone lasts for 5 years or 10 years or 15 years. Life is harder than a video game. Your tutorial zone might take you a decade to finish or 2 decades. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you need to look deep within yourself. I'm sounding like Uncle Iroh. We have just recently watched Avatar, The Last Airbender again. You need to look deep within you to find the real you. It's true. You need to do that. You need to realize who you are, what you want to do. Figuring that out might take a long time, but it is worth doing that before anything else. The second life lesson is about fake gurus. Do not invest in fake gurus. If you are like me and your dream is to run your own thing, whether that's YouTube or something else, please do not invest in gurus. Don't buy courses. You need no other resources than what you can find for free on the internet. In 2016, I joined a fitness kind of coach that was going to teach me how to have a 100K business doing online training. And that course set me back by at least 5 years mentally. You see, the problem with these guru courses is that the way they work is, well, not only are you going to spend a lot of money on them, but they are designed by these gurus to make you feel bad when they fail, which is so evil because they always say stuff like, I need 100% from you, 100% dedication, 1,000% dedication. If you didn't succeed, it's on you. You should have worked more, grinded more, hustled more. It's none of that is true at all. Do not spend your money, and more importantly, your time, and most importantly, your energy on these guru courses. Trust me, you do not need them. What you need is to take action. Try YouTube or whatever else you want to do. Try it. Give it a month. Fail. Reassess. Fail again. Reassess. Fail again. And eventually you're going to succeed. I know I make it like sound really rudimentary, but that is kind of how it is in real life. The problem with this whole like online learning space is that in reality, you are buying these courses because you want validation that you can do it. Let me ask you a question. If the course you're looking at costs 10,000 euros or dollars or pounds, don't you think that the guru has an incentive to tell you that you should buy this and you should do this? And many times this comes in the form of, no, you shouldn't buy this because you're not committed enough. And then you're like, no, I'm committed. Here is my money. Here you go. As infuriating as it is, it's just how their business works. Do not buy into it because mentally it will set you back by so many years. The third point is going to be a bit longer. We're talking about relationships. There are two things that I've realized that really help me come to terms with who I am. Number one, you have to feel comfortable being disliked. I feel like we live in a society where it's all about what you show. Perfect Instagram, perfect calendar, perfect life. None of that matters. I've noticed that it really, really hurts people when you have this perfect kind of life and then some other people dislike you. But here is the thing. Something that I've learned from first-hand experience. There will always be people who, for whatever reason, just cannot stand your guts. There will always be people who just don't like the way you look, the way you sound, how much you talk, for whom you are too loud or too quiet or too out there or too shy. Please don't try to be a people pleaser. Because with YouTube as well, and I'm sorry, I apologize because I will keep coming back to YouTube because my thing was wanting to be a YouTuber. There is no way to make content or videos that will appeal to everyone. There's no way to make videos that at least some of your friends wouldn't find cringe. And that is okay. Because I'm not making these videos for them. I'm making it for you who are still watching this video. Thank you very much, by the way. But the other thing I want to talk about is perhaps even more important. And that sounds something like this. Having a significant other with whom you have a great relationship is a cheat code for life. I've been happily married for more than 16 years, almost 17 actually, and I can tell you that everything I'm able to do, this video right now, I'm able to do because I have the support of my wife. Now, I'm lucky because the entire rest of my family, my parents, my grandparents, my brothers, everyone is very supportive, but many people don't have that. Many people can only rely on a significant other. In the past 12 months, my wife and I had to make the most serious, like life-altering decisions that we had to do in our entire lives, like 3 times. On top of that, we went through some pretty serious mental stuff. And I can genuinely say that none of it feels like that big of a deal, thanks to just the way how we work together. And this is the biggest thing I want you to take away. If you're looking for a significant other, it has to be a person with whom you can talk about everything. That doesn't really happen overnight. My wife and I, we have been working on this relationship of ours for, well, more than 16 years at this point. We are able to talk eye to eye to each other about things like, hey, I think my coworker has a thing for me, which was a conversation that happened between me and my wife. I told her that I feel like one of my co-workers, I think has a crush on me. And my wife was like, do you have a crush on her? And I'm like, no, but she is my type. I felt genuinely horrible. I felt horrible that I give off vibes that make someone have a crush on me, and I felt bad about myself because, yeah, I can't help it. She was my type. Me being able to talk about and come to terms with my feelings openly, her assuring me that she loves me and that she sees why this is painful for me. These were the things that strengthened our relationship instead of leaving it weakened because of this situation. And yeah, you might not want to hear this, but I think that relationships without this level of openness are a ticking time bomb. You will have these irks, these feelings, these desires. You have to be able to talk them through with your significant other to work things out. That is why my wife trusts me, because I'm always open. Well, okay, Tanks, but then I have a question. Where do you find a significant other? Well, in 2 words, my friend, not online. None of my friends have ever used online dating who are in serious relationships. I have never dated anyone online. Okay, thanks, but like, how do you get to know people then? You need to join, and I know this is scary, but not really. You need to join communities. One of the best community that I have ever been a part of was my bouldering gym. It's so easy to talk to people there. It is so easy to start a conversation because you can be just like, how would you tackle this round? Interesting. And everyone is there because of the sport, but also to have good times. And because of you sharing that, there is a certain bond around these communities. Go out there, make friends, join communities of like-minded people, and you will find maybe even your significant other. This is what happened to me. I met a friend who introduced me to other friends who introduced me to my wife. It works, but you have to put yourself out there. You have to be willing to be disliked. You have to be willing to get hurt. Because quite frankly speaking, that is the experience you need to go through before you can find a significant other that is going to be the one. And I don't really believe in the one. With my wife and I, it was not love at first sight. We were friends first, and then we started developing feelings for each other, and then the rest is history. The reason why she is the one for me and the reason why I am the one for her, hopefully, is because of all of this, our shared experiences, because of how open we are with each other. This is what it takes. It takes courage to go through with all of this, but you've got this. I know you do. Because at the end of the day, we're all just humans and we need relationships. So you might as well work on that. And the last point I want to talk about is, I'm not really sure how to name this one, but it's going to be about identities. Let me explain what I mean. 2026 is coming up. People are going to make New Year's resolutions. I'm going to shred down. I'm going to start my business. I'm going to start my YouTube. You need to stop doing that. If there's something that you want to do, but you just can't seem to be able to start, chances are you don't actually want to do that thing. Again, you need to look deep within yourself. That was my worst Uncle Iroh imitation so far. You just need to look deep within yourself and ask the big questions. Why? Why do I want this? Do I just want to impress someone with this, or do I actually intrinsically really truly want this? I'll never forget the day when my first real fitness journey started. I was in bed scrolling the old bodybuilding.com forums. I should have been asleep, but for some reason I was searching for body fat percentages. Anyway, I found this guy who looked very much like me. He kind of had the same like body shape. It was a transformation story of this guy who on the left side kind of looked like me right now, and on the right side looked like a flipping cheese grater. I'm not even joking. And I was like, wait a second, is this something that could be possible for me? And after doing some additional research, by which I mean looking at like 50 more life stories, I realized this fat or the way I look is because of genetics is untrue. And from the next day on, I completely shifted. I was not me anymore. I was a bodybuilder, someone that is doing a transformation right now. And guess what? It worked. I didn't need a new calendar. I didn't need a new planner. All I needed was this identity shift that happened during that one fateful night at around 2 a.m. that just completely shifted my world. You have to realize that marketing knows that you want to change your identity. And quite frankly, they prey on that. Buy this new gym clothes so you can start the next year in your best form. Buy this new planner because that will help you achieve your goals. None of that stuff really works. If you truly want it, intrinsically, you will just do it. And if you don't, you need to figure out why. Is it really your circumstances, or is it, chances are it is, that you just don't actually want that thing? And believe me when I say that this realization of what I want to do on YouTube, how I want to do on YouTube, I keep hammering home this point. This was the biggest thing that helped me not feel behind at the age of 37. Yes, this is technically only my second YouTube video. Yes, technically at the time of recording this video, I'm still below 1,000 subscribers, but none of that matters because taking these 4 things to heart, I don't feel behind anymore. And it is one of the greatest feelings that I've ever had. Now, this is pretty much the end of the video, and I hope you found it informative or at the very least entertaining. And thank you for watching.